Alright everyone, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a super long time. I love Canadian notes. They are so awesome. All the cool polymer notes that we're going to see in this video, super cool. Make sure you stay until the end of this video. There's going to be some awesome notes you can find out in circulation. I'm going to be giving you guys tons of information about these notes, how much they're worth, what to look for. So make sure you stay until the end of the video. Make sure to also hit that like button if you like this video. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. Alright, let's jump right into it. The first note is a Bank of Canada 2013 Polymer note, $5 bill. Now, I love the new look of these Canada notes. The Polymer is so cool. Some of the security features, like these windows, are just stunning. I love the look. On the back of the note, you can see the astronaut. And what makes this note so special is the serial number. This is a radar serial number. This note was graded PMG 66 EPQ with a radar serial number. This $5 bill sold for $79. Up next, we have a 1973 $1 bill. Now, what makes this note so special, as I'm sure that you saw right away, is that solid number 8 serial number. That's huge. On top of that, this is graded a PMG 65 EPQ. This is a huge note, okay? If you ever find a solid serial number out in circulation, immediately grab it. No matter what the grade is, if it's a lower grade, a VF, very fine, higher grade, extremely fine, whatever the grade is, if you find a solid serial number note, grab that. It's going to be worth money, absolutely. Also, not just solid serial numbers. There can be, if you have a low serial numbers, especially between serial number 1 and 9, those will bring huge money. Even a lower serial number in the hundreds can bring good money. So make sure you keep an eye out for those. This solid number 8 1973 $1 Canadian note in PMG 65 BPQ sold for $1,320. Up next, we have an ink smear error. These are super freaking cool. I love ink smears. Sometimes they are extremely dramatic. This one isn't too dramatic, but it stands out for sure. This is a 1973 $1 Bank of Canada note, graded 64 EPQ by PMG. Make sure to keep an eye out. Anything that looks different or strange, sometimes the serial numbers will be mismatching, so the numbers will be different. Those can slip by people's eyes so quickly, so make sure that the serial numbers match. That can be a really cool error that's worth money. This one sold for $330. Alright, now you may not be finding this one in circulation, but this is a cool $1,000 bill from Canada. This is a 1954. Now, I wanted to bring this up because some people may or may not know this, but in the 1950s, there was a certain style of the Queen's hair that had to be modified because there was something about it. I'm going to show you here in a second, so hold on really quickly, but let me show you. Take a close look at this hair that the Queen has here, but this one is graded PMG 55, and this note isn't special, it's just a high grade, nice note, looks great overall. This one sold for $1,680. Up next, we have a 1954 $10 Devil's Face Canadian note. Now, as I was saying in the other one, the Queen's hair, this is where they call this variety. This is called the Devil's Face variety. Now, if you can look closely here in the back of her head, where the hair is, you can see what appears to be a devil's face. Now, if you ever find one of these in circulation and you see that it has the devil's face, these could definitely bring more value. This one's graded PMG 66 EPQ, and this one brought $660. Now, the Devil Face series caused a lot of controversy as the highlighted area of the Queen's hair gave the illusion of a grinning demon behind the ear. That's where the term devil's head is commonly used as a nickname for these banknotes. And it's so commonly used that a lot of Canadian reference books have this as a reference and a specific number for this variety. The Bank of Canada had the banknote companies modify the faceplates by darkening the highlighted areas of the hair. These modifications were made in 1956 for all denominations. It's not sure if this was done on purpose or not, but regardless of the fact, this was easily fixed, and I'll say this, it is not the first time that someone potentially has added stuff to the plate to kind of get a jab at someone. I'll throw a quick example in here. Seychelles has a whole series of notes that have hidden messages in them. As you can see here, this is a Seychelles note, and this has a hidden message as well. If you want to hear more about these banknotes, leave a comment down below. Up next, we have another Devil's Face $5 1954 PMG 64 EPQ note. I love the blue ink on this note, especially the back. Now, by far, in my opinion, Canada has some of the most beautiful banknotes out there. I mean, look at the back of this note. It is just, I love the forest scene here with the river. It is great. I love Canada notes. The back of this note is just stunning. I love it. This one sold for $312. Up next, we have a 1954 $1 replacement note. Now, if you ever see a star on a banknote, especially from Canada, make sure that you snag those up. Those are replacement notes, aka star notes. If you ever want to know more information about star notes or replacement notes, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you want me to go more in depth about what these are and why they're worth more money. But keep a close eye out for star notes. This one is crisp, uncirculated. That means there's no folds. This one sold for $71. All right, now I just had to throw this note in here because I just love the color of this note. It's a very vibrant red. It just jumps out in your face. This is obviously a higher grade example. This is a PMG 64 EPQ note. This is a $1,000 bill from 1937. This is a huge note. And look at the back of this note. Look how beautiful this thing is. I would love to own a piece of currency like this. Even in a lower grade, I think this note is phenomenal. Okay? This note sold for $16,800. Holy cow, guys. This note is phenomenal. I love this banknote. Can't get over it. All right, up next we have a 1935 $25 bill. This is a French variety of this bill, and I'll show you why here in a second. If you look here, you can see the text on both the front and the back is in French. This is a Choice Find 15 by PMG. Now, this is also a commemorative issue note, meaning that there weren't too many of these printed in particular. This one brought an auction just over $2,500. Now, I wanted to show you the comparison of the English version of this note. As you can see, the Bank of Canada is in English and on the back as well. This note graded PMG 20 brought over $2,200. Really cool notes. If you ever find any of these in circulation, which I'm not, I'm not from Canada, but I want to say that these will be very rare. You probably will not ever find these in circulation, but if you ever come across one in a collection or you're out at a pawn shop or wherever and you find one, make sure you snag it up because these could be worth a lot of money. All right, up next we have a 1935 $20 bill. This is a large seal variety. Now, if you look to the right there, the seal is larger than it would typically be with the small seal type. Now, the different varieties can fluctuate with the value. This is a nice example. The back is slightly stainy, but that's okay. For this type, it's an extremely rare variety. And this one brought over $2,100 in auction. Up next, we have a $50 1975 Bank of Canada note. This one is graded PMG 65. I wanted to throw this one in there because every time that I see this note, I really love the back design of this note. Extremely cool. This note brought $216 in auction. Up next, we have a 1954 $5 modified portrait, which you remember, that means her hair is modified, star note. Now, like I said, if you want me to go more into depth with that, I can definitely do that in an upcoming video. But to touch on it really quickly, essentially it means when these bills were being printed, there was an error on the sheet, so they threw that sheet away and they replaced it with a different serial number run. And this is what a replacement note is. This one's been replaced. Now, I did show this type of note earlier, but this one is a star note, and as you can see, I love the blue color of this note. I am a bit biased because I really do like this note a lot. This was graded a PMG 66 EPQ, and this one brought $288 in auction. Last note I wanted to show you guys was a $2 1954 replacement note with the modified portrait. This one is a great note as well. I mean, at the back of the note as well, you can see the nice, beautiful farm area. I love these Canadian notes. What can I say? This one in auction brought $168. Alright everybody, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm going to throw up some images of some old Canadian currency, some older stuff that I showed in this video. If you want to see a video about the older Canadian currency, let me know. I would love to make a video. I actually do prefer the older Canadian currency, the mid to late 1800s and early 1900s. This is the type of material I really love to do. So let me know in the comment section below, do you want me to do a video on that? I will definitely do that. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to give me a big thumbs up. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, share this video with anyone that you know that would benefit from the video in any way possible. If you find any of these notes out in circulation, make sure that you get them appraised by a paper money expert. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Let me know what you thought, and I will see you guys in the next one.